Hello and welcome. You're watching Unplugged TV India. This is Alice Francis. Let's begin with today's top stories. Rajasthan Budget 2022 government to focus on education, health, infrastructure sector. Bajrang Dal activist murder case, 8 arrested so far, peace maintained in Shivamogga. Defence Ministry signs pact to offer online pension services to 400,000 centres. Maharashtra Minority Minister Nawab Malik has been remanded Enforcement Directorate custody till March 3. Russia-Ukraine crisis, Sensex Nifty witnessing downfall for 6 consecutive sessions. Panic-stricken parents await safe return of their children stuck in Ukraine. Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot presented the budget for the year 2022-23 with the main focus on sectors like health, education, infrastructure, social security and tourism. In his budget statement, Gehlot stated that the state government has appointed 1 lakh people in the last 3 years with another 1.25 lakh on the way. He also declared that the Rajasthan eligibility examination for teachers, which the government had recently cancelled due to concerns surrounding the paper leak case, will be held in July this year. Also, the number of posts in the upcoming REIT test has been increased from 32,000 to 62,000. According to the Chief Minister, in order to provide more job prospects for the youth. A total of 8 people have been arrested in connection with the murder of Bajrang Dal activist Harsha. The maximum of arrest has been made in and around Shivamogga. The 2 arrested on Wednesday have had no criminal record while others have. Karnataka Home Minister Araga Jananendra said the situation is peaceful and cops are interrogating all those who have been arrested in connection with the case. All angles, including the involvement of communal organizations, are being looked into, the Home Minister said. Harsha, a resident of Sigiharti in Shivamogga, was stabbed on Sunday night by a group of people. He succumbed to his injuries on Monday morning, following which mob violence raged in the district for 2 days. The government's Defence Account Department (DAD) on Thursday signed a memorandum of understanding with CSEE Governance Services India Limited to make pension-related online services accessible to former servicemen settled in remote parts of the country. The development comes at a time when millions of former servicemen are set to be transferred from a legacy system to a new online pension disbursing model called Sparsh. CSE Governance Services India Limited is a special purpose vehicle under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. The tie-up will allow former servicemen to access Sparsh service at more than 4 lakh common service centers across India from March. Maharashtra Minority Minister Nawab Malik has been remanded in Enforcement Directorate custody till March 3. Malik was produced in the court by ED after interrogation for about 8 hours on Wednesday. Following interrogation, he was arrested by ED around 3 p.m. He was then taken to JJ Hospital for a health checkup and then produced before the court. Following arguments in the court, he was remanded to ED custody up to March 3. The ED had demanded custody for 14 days for investigation into the charges of money laundering and connection with the underworld. Amid the rising tension between Russia and Ukraine and with the announcement of war among the two nations, the Sensex and Nifty extended their losing streak to the 6th consecutive session. Investors lost over rupees 7.55 lakh crore within minutes of market opening on Thursday as Russian President Vladimir Putin announced military operation in Ukraine. The market cap of BSE listed firms fell by rupees 7.59 lakh crore after investor wealth declined to rupees 248.09 lakh crore against rupees 255.68 lakh crore in the previous session. The oil and gas stocks slipped after crude races past $100 a barrel. Oil and gas stocks were roiled today after rates for Brent crude oil went past $100 for the first time in over 7 years. Meanwhile, with every passing minute, the market is witnessing fall. Moscow State Exchange on Thursday suspended trading amid Ukraine-Russia tensions. Parents of children stranded in Ukraine amid the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine are waiting with teary eyes as the situation gets worse. After the Eastern European country blocked its airspace, an Air India flight meant to evacuate Indians stranded in crisis-hit Ukraine was forced to return to Delhi this morning. A special airplane carrying 182 Indians arrived in Delhi earlier. As the crisis with Russia grew swiftly over the previous week, nearly 20,000 Indian people, many of them medical students, are in Ukraine, raising their fears about their safety. Meanwhile, the government has established a 24-hour helpline for Indian nationals in Ukraine. In Delhi, a 24-hour control center has been established with the following helpline numbers. Also, other hotline numbers for Indians stuck in Ukraine are also available. Indian students in Ukraine needing assistance can also send emails at the address given below. In case students need any assistance for the Indian Embassy in Ukraine, they can contact on the numbers flashed below. Early on Thursday morning, explosions were reported. Several cities around Ukraine have reported explosions, including the capital, Kyiv, and the separatist provinces of Donetsk and Luhansk, just after Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered a military operation, raising fears of a full-fledged armed conflict in the region. Russia launched a barrage of missile, artillery, and air attacks early Thursday, triggering the worst security crisis Europe has witnessed in decades. Russian forces fired missiles at several cities in Ukraine and also landed troops on the country's south coast after Russian Vladimir Putin authorized a special military operation against Ukraine. Dmytro Kuleba, Ukraine's foreign minister, has asked world leaders to thoroughly isolate Russia in all forms and apply crippling penalties. Almost every major country, including the United States, the European Union, the United Kingdom, and Canada, has denounced Russia's conduct. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has urged Putin to end the conflict in the sake of humanity, warning of dire consequences for Ukraine and the rest of the globe. Following Russia's invasion on Ukraine, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, and other NATO allies agreed to undertake meetings under NATO Article 4 on Thursday morning. The allies can undertake discussions under Article 4 of the NATO agreement whenever they believe an ally's territorial integrity, political independence, or security is threatened. As the tension between Russia and Ukraine escalates after Russia announced war, India's stand on the crisis is neutral, said the Minister of State of External Affairs. The country hopes for a peaceful solution to the conflict, Rajkumar Ranjan Singh said. Meanwhile, White House issued a statement from President Joe Biden. He said, "The prayers of the entire world are with the people of Ukraine tonight as they suffer an unprovoked and unjustified attack by Russian military forces. President Putin has chosen a premeditated war that will bring a catastrophic loss of life and human suffering. Russia alone is responsible for the health and destruction this attack will bring, and the United States and its allies and partners will respond united and decisive way." Thank you for watching Unplugged TV India. Please hit like, subscribe and share. This is Alice Francis signing off.